Previously on ForexFundys.
I am shifting my focus right now for the meantime while NASDAQ is easier to trade.
Yeah, I did say that. NAS has been printing and Forex has been a war zone. But here's the thing about the fundamentals. They don't care about your feelings. They just show up. And I told you this was coming.
JPY is actually showing a little bit of promising signs within the Fundys.
JPY strength off the fundamentals. Today was either that or NAS. Let's get right to the video. What's going on, YouTube? It's your boy back with another live trading video. Remember in the last video when I talked about the yen potentially gaining some strength? Okay, so when I filmed that video, price was around this region here. I know a lot of people like to talk about the 71 fib, so that's where I had this off of their first intervention, which we called back in the day as well. Price has kind of been messing around, but we have a big move over here. So what I'm looking for today, honestly, is we're going to see how this M15 closes at 9:45 before hoping to actually get in a trade. The best one probably looking like the EURJPY. Oh, that looks absolutely brilliant. If we can probably get a nice close, retrace all the way down. When we look at this on the higher time frame as well, look at that, 75. We're in a little bit of a premium here off of this leg. So remember, price is just fractal. Price is going to do what it's going to do. JPY is one of my main focuses today, as well as NASDAQ. NASDAQ, I see two different things. We're going to zoom in on here. The two different things that I'm seeing on NASDAQ, because we didn't take this sell side liquidity over here, which I thought could happen, is either the shorts from above this region. Why the shorts? Jobs. Strong job growth in an inflationary environment means that more people are going to have money to spend, which means more inflation. The Fed can afford to do rate hikes potentially, which caused that huge move down on Friday, which also makes tomorrow's CPI extremely important. So I think that there's a possibility that if it's going to drop in NASDAQ, it's going to drop from here right over here. Could probably drop from this daily fair value gap. On the 4 hours, we have this little bullish area as well. So if we're in the short, we have to watch out for this region. But if we drop down here, we could probably take this a little bit higher up. Because we're also having a high Fundys score in the US dollar, I could see a lot of shorts happening probably in the euro, probably in the pound, which is a little bit stronger on the fundamental sides in the euro. Yeah, you know what we're looking for. Aussie has been a little bit weak. As you can tell with the Fundys score, I actually forward tested a little short here because I want to forward test some of these things. AUD NZD off of the Fundys. We made it to about 50%. We had a little bit of a rejection. I'm not too much of a fan of this buy sell liquidity though. I forward tested this around here yesterday. Now, one of my rules on intraday trades is that we still need a solid M1, which we have here, which we have here. We have to either see the false move down, which we haven't had yet, or the solid M15 close, which is what I'm waiting for 4 minutes. Once again, this is what the yen basket's looking like right now, and we have closed. It's pretty decent. It's a pretty decent closure. I think I'm okay to take this. These right here are entry parameters. I know I could have gotten a little bit higher weighting and stuff, but just to here, it's 2.21. With yen pairs, sometimes they just absolutely rip down. Because it's 2.2 R to the take profit, I was okay with just market executing because this thing could absolutely just collapse. I had a little issues with my trade copier, so I closed out at 0.2% loss over here to allow most of my trades to actually get in, hopefully. Sacrificing that could make this trade 3% with this M5 holding. So if we start getting moves down, that would be absolutely lovely. Here we'll mark out the zones to look out for. If this hourly closes like this, not the greatest sign. We have another fair value gap here that we have on the hourly over here. And we have these ones too, which we believe that we're probably going to storm through. Should I have taken NAS? We'll see. Look at nasty NAS. Our trade's looking okay though. Look at that rejection. If we close like this on the M15, lovely. M5 is kind of just chilling around, but hey, if we start making structure, beautiful. Okay, this is how NASDAQ is looking right now. I know I'm in this trade and the other trade, but if I wasn't in it, I would be looking at NASDAQ, and this is what I would look at for in those trades. Beautiful rejection, by the way. Look at that. So this is a lovely rejection on the daily over here. So you're either going to look at an M15 fair value gap forming, or if you're confident enough with this rejection, this massive scale rejection, you're going to wait for an M5 fair value gap to form over here, assuming that it stays the same. And then you're going to look for an M1 entry out of here. Just an M1. There are so many ways to trade NASDAQ and all that stuff, but this is how I would trade it because I've been testing it. We're not touching this trade until 11:30. We don't have a bottom wick so far. It just went up straight, which is lovely. Hopefully it top wicks around here and then just starts dropping. Oh, on NASDAQ, if you like the M3, this is a beautiful candle as well to take a trade from. Could I asset switch? I very well could if I wanted to, but I believe in the EURJPY one. The thing I like about this on the M3 is look at the sell side liquidity that we are building up. Look at this. Beautiful. If you were in the longs, you'd probably be a little bit nervous at how it's moving up right now. This movement was nice. This. But this movement down is a little scary. So think about it that way. If you're in the longs, would you like that? Because we could get a massive push down. Now NASDAQ hit an interesting spot over here. Right over here. If you start getting rejections, I could see people longing. If you close right through it, it's gonna keep going down, I'd say. All the build up yesterday, I believe, was a false move off of the fundamentals. So far, that's a pretty decent looking M5. And there was the sell side that we talked about. So for context, this is how it looks like on the M15 if you caught this trade. Pretty promising sign. So we got the first big move down, low resistance liquidity over here, rejection, and another rejection with a beautiful close. No, we don't have fair value gaps on the M15, but we have the fair value gap on the M5 that held, on the M3, and then we have the M1 that held as well. So beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Along with the fundamentals tools, if you are looking to become a ForexFundys member, the tools are available. So you saw this in the last video that I talked about JPY potentially gaining some strength. You saw that the Euro Fundys were a little bit on the weak side that we talked about. We saw the USD Fundys, which means that USD domiciled currencies could probably start going down, like XXX USD. These tools are available for you, as well as the intraday watch list. And you're going to notice that I put an alert right over here, which is my 2% rule. No matter what, I roll the stop loss to 2% because a lot of the times where price does make it to 2% on some of my trades, something like this could happen. And I'll be very upset. What did we say about NASDAQ? What did we say about NASDAQ? Look at that. Diversifying your assets is important to know the fundamental side of things. The jobs numbers means rate hikes are possible. Okay, so in terms of break even, I talked about 11:30. What is another way to go break even? If we made a little bit of a lower high over here and then a lower low, I'm okay to go break even then. Breaking even with time or structure. We lost a little bit of M1 steam on the way up, but on the M5 you kind of invert. No, you close within still. So if this does exactly what we did in the drawing, beautiful. Break even time if we close below. Maybe I did pick the wrong one because look at the difference between AUD JPY as well, where it is, versus Euro JPY. This is struggling to break this zone here. We have our rules. We have our 11:30 rules. We can't close this. But yeah, the difference between AUD JPY, which AUD also has a negative Fundys score, which is why we're doing the AUD forward test on the swing here. Price is, it looks like it can't make its decision right now, but something to also note is that we have an M3 fair value gap here that's held quite a few candles. Alright, thankfully we have built up some sell side liquidity over here, so hopefully once again mega drop. So we've swept this zone over here, this little zone, and hopefully that causes, like, look at this. Do you want to be longing with this? Not really. Remember the importance of rules. Okay, so I have my 11:30 break-even rule. This trade hasn't won yet. This trade hasn't lost yet. It could be a small loss. It could be a small winner. It could be many different factors. But 11:30 is my cutoff for Forex over here. And because we didn't get the break of structure lower, I couldn't go break even. Had I gone break even earlier because I was scared, I'd be taken out and miss out on a potential winner over here. We talked about price action showing all this sell side liquidity being built up. And now if you took a break even early, because like I said, I go through my journals, I know that I've taken break evens early in the past, but through the journal I was able to assess, okay, around 11:30, if I'm break even, I should be okay to make some of the gains. If I close out a trade when it's in drawdown, at least it'll be closed out around here rather than here, because most of the time I will lose. We talked about how ugly price action was on the M1 here, and that's getting absolutely smacked. 11:30 has come in and we are officially risk-free. Rolled stop loss will be over here at 2%. Final target 3 If there's anything important about this video, it's the importance of following your rules. We talked about the 11:30 break-even rule, and I could have panicked when price went my direction over here, but we stayed disciplined, we stuck to the plan, and what happened next? Alright, you beauties, we have been rolled out at 2% on this trade. EURJPY. Look at the Fundys. We talked about it last week on JPY, we talked about it on Euro. So let's do a little recap on what happened today. The fundamentals flagged the JPY strength. The technicals align perfectly with a reaction from here, reaction from here, reaction from here. That's 2% in the bag. And NASDAQ, high job growth in an inflationary environment. That's two amazing setups, both fundamentally backed, both moved exactly how we said they would. I'm not the greatest trader alive, I never will be, but when the fundamentals and technicals are aligning, along with these videos being posted days before today's dump, this is what the tool showed, and you can have that indicator as well in TradingView. I told you in the last video I wasn't done with Forex. The link is in the description down below if you want to see what the fundamentals are doing right now, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.